Hello, sysfailure here again, and welcome back to the Ultimate Command series. So today we're having a look at the Playsound command, that's /playsound. First appeared in release 1.6.1, or technically snapshots 1.6.1-pre, so basically 161. But what it does is it allows you to play pretty much any sound in the game. And if you've got a resource pack, you can replace those sounds, and you can also put your own custom sounds in as well. So that's quite useful. However, one thing I need to point out is it doesn't play a specific sound each time. So let's look at the command. So /playsound, and I'm playing in this case the sound mob.guardian.elder.het, and the closest player, which is me, obviously. So if I press the button, you hear that, press it again, same one twice, slightly different one again. Because basically what it does is a lot of these sounds, some of them just have a single sound, but a lot of them have a selection. And you can't play a specific one of those, you can only play randomly one from a selection. If you put your own sounds in, that's not a problem, you just put one sound in, so it'll randomly play from a selection of one. Therefore, we'll always play the same sound. So that's the basic command. This one I'm just going to be playing the mob.enderman.def sound. And this is an optional part of the command, which is the XYZ position. In this case, I'm just using relative to mark it to this spot. Now, the wiki will say it's relative to the player, but it's actually relative to where the command is set off. So it's relative to that point there. So playing this one. There we go, it's the sound of an Enderman dying. And it's playing from that point there. If I try and get over. So you can still hear it out to a reasonable range. This one, however, we're going to play the Enderman def 12 blocks away in that direction. So here we are with the coordinates. That's just giving us a volume of 1. Just sort of ignore that at the moment. But that's minus 12 in the X direction, which is that way. So if I press the button, you see really quiet. If I get further away, even quieter, until I'm actually out of range. We go the other way. There we go. So the sound is over there. Now, I pointed out just ignore that for the moment. What this bit here is another optional thing, which is the volume. And that can be from 0.0 right up to 1.0 by default. Any values beyond 1.0, so in the case of this one, 2.0, don't make it twice as loud. What they actually do is they then increase the range you can hear the sound from, but it never gets any louder than its maximum sound. So this is 12 away with a volume of 1, and it's 12 away with a volume of 2. So obviously I can still hear it. Whereas this one, I can't even hear it at this range. So that's the volume bit, optional, comes after the XYZ. As with a lot of these commands, any optional stuff you do tend to have to do the bit before it first, otherwise it doesn't know which one of these it is. Now we're going to look at the volume down as 0.1, and in this case here, the sound is coming from exactly this point, but if I press the button stand next to it, it's actually really quiet. So that's the beginning part of it. So we've got our X, Y, Z, and we've got our volume just at 1 here. Now the next is the pitch, which is another optional one. Now the pitch changes the pitch up and down, but it also changes the speed, which is, they sort of go hand in hand, speed and pitch. If you've ever sped up or slowed down sounds, you will realise that one. So 0.5 is the lowest it will go, and that will give us half speed, or basically it'll last twice as long. So just play a normal one, like that. And this one, half speed. See, it's much lower pitch as well. Here we're going to do a double speed, which is 2.0, which is the highest you can put it. So doubles the speed, doubles the pitch. And so quite a bit of a difference between the two of them. So it's fun for messing around with some of the sounds. Now, the final little bit I want to talk about is minimum volume, which is our final modifier. So just a reminder, we've got our play sound, the sound itself, who we're targeting, although ironically it does come from where the commands run, the X, -12 in this case, the Y, the Z, our volume, which we have set to 1, our pitch, which we have set to 1, which is normal, and then here we have minimum volume. Now, what minimum volume does is, obviously that's 12 blocks away, so if we do that, you'll see it is still quieter. That's because we're within the standard range of the sound. The minimum volume applies to people who are outside outside the maximum range of the sound itself. So you can set that from 0 up to 1. So if I do that, move a bit further away, quieter, and suddenly we're out here and it's a hell of a lot louder because we're now actually beyond the range that we should be able to hear that, and now we can hear full volume. If we did change that to be kind of lower, then it would reach a minimum point and we'd hear a much quieter sound for anywhere beyond there. So that's your full play sound command. Just a quick little one. As always, the world is downloadable in the description below, so feel free to download it, have a little play around with this, and I hope you found it useful, and I will see you next episode. So as per usual, thanks for watching, and bye-bye. I tell you, these corridors just seem to go on forever, door after door after... What the hell? Okay, well, that was a little bit odd. Oh, it's a merry-go-round! Oh, I haven't seen one of those in ages.